So friends, in our last class, we have discussed about what is the function of nervous system. And also we have discussed that there are two major divisions of nervous system. One of them is central nervous system. Another one of them is peripheral nervous system. Okay. So central nervous system is contained there in our skull and spine. Okay. So our spinal cord and our brain, both of them are included under central nervous system. And then peripheral nervous system includes whatever other nerves, whatever the neurons which are there other than these two parts. I mean, other than brain and other than uh, spinal cord. So whatever other neurons which are extending, which are being projected from these two, okay, so they are reaching to different other organs, to different other components of our body, so they can be termed as peripheral nervous system. And there are two basic divisions of peripheral nervous system: somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. So, friends, I had planned for an activity also, but I think before that we should discuss certain other components, and then we will have some discussion. Okay, okay. Hmm. So, in central nervous system, there is brain and spinal cord. We have two components of our central nervous system. They are brain and spinal cord, right? Okay. And brain is like the capital where every information reaches, and from where every crucial decision every crucial decision is being made. Okay, so just as the capital of India is New Delhi, in the same way the capital of nervous system in every body is our brain. So brain is the head command, you can say. The brain is controlling center, okay, from which, from where all the different nooks and corners of India, whatever decisions which are being taken, whatever governance which is there. So on everything, okay, there is some kind of vigilance which is being maintained by the capital of India. New Delhi. There is central government, right? So brain is same as, just as we have capital of any country, in the same way our brain is the capital of our the body. Okay, so this is according to biopsychology. According to spirituality, it can be different. Okay, according to spirituality, it can be possible that we can consider our consciousness, our chetana, our soul, whatever we say, our awareness, as the controlling center. Okay, but what happens that since we are having a lot of identification with our body, we consider ourselves only as a body, hmm, only consisting as some kind of organs. Okay, so that's why accordingly our nervous system also has been shaped. Okay, so because of that, you can say, so that's why you will further study that whatever neuroplasticity that we have. Okay, according to neuroplasticity studies, we will discuss in much detail about them. Further. Okay. So, according to neuroplasticity during childhood, there can be possibility that if there is a part of your brain, for example, if there is hippocampus, and hippocampus gets damaged because of some kind of eventuality, then there can be possibility that others part of your brain can start to, I mean, play that kind of role, that kind of responsibility. That whatever the role that was of hippocampus. So this kind of possibility exists in childhood, but later on in adulthood, this kind of possibility goes on to decrease. So this means what? This means that as we are having augmentation in our identification with our body, okay, I mean, since whenever, I mean, we are having, I mean, progression of our age, okay? So with the progression of our age, we have greater identification with our body. And because of that, you can find, you can see, I mean, you can interpret, I mean, something like that. So, I mean, that's why there is some kind of change in neuroplasticity also, okay? We will discuss further about neuroplasticity, okay? So, friends, brain is a control center. Okay, that's very clear. And then spinal cord is like major highways. I mean, those major highways which are running, which are coming from Delhi, from the capital, and reaching to the different cities, different corners of our country, and I mean from which peoples can come and go. Okay, so that means just as spinal cord, actually what happens, the brain is the controlling center, okay, and spinal cord actually acts as a mediator, okay, as a some kind of mediator in between our body and brain, right, all other parts of our body and brain. So spinal cord is a, I mean, you can assume, you can have an analogy, and you can understand it as a major highway. I mean, it is also, it looks like major highway, since just as any highway is elongated, in the same way there is some elongation in our spinal cord also, right? I mean, throughout our abdomen, I mean, throughout our the back portion, it is running, and from there, I mean, from the spinal cord, there are certain neurons, there are certain nerves which are being projected to different parts of our body, right? So in this way, we can say that a spinal cord can be considered as a major highway, okay, to and from capital, okay, right? So brain is central command, and spinal cord you can consider as a major highway, right? And then, friends, let us discuss about something about peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system. The very meaning of peripheral here means what? Something which is in the periphery. Okay, something which is on the outer side. Okay, something which is on the outer side. Okay, so that means peripheral means something which is distant from the central. Okay, so peripheral nervous system here means that whatever other neurons, whatever other nerves which are being extended from our central nervous system, they can be called as, they can be termed as to constitute peripheral nervous system. And there can be two divisions of them. What can be two divisions? One division can be somatic, another one can be autonomic. Okay, what it means by somatic actually? What kind of function is performed by somatic? Okay, somatic actually interacts with the external environment. For example, whatever different sensory organs that we have, our ear, okay, our skin, our joints, our eyes. So all these sensory organs, all our skeletal muscles, these are being, I mean, coordinated by the central nervous system through peripheral nervous system. They are being governed through peripheral nervous system. So you can say that somatic nervous system is composed of what? Somatic nervous system is composed of those nerves, those nerves which come from skin, skeletal muscles, joints, eyes, ears, and they go to where? They go to brain or spinal cord. And also those nerves which are coming from central nervous system, and they are conveying some kind of message, some kind of orders, I mean, in simple language you can say, to the skin, to the skeletal muscles, to our joints, to our eyes, to our ears. they are also the part of somatic nervous system. So somatic nervous system is responsible for the perception, the understanding about our external environment. Whatever we are listening, that is because of somatic nervous system. Whatever touch that we feel, that is because of somatic nervous system. Whatever movements that I'm making here, while I'm speaking, that is because of somatic nervous system. Whatever touch that I'm feeling, as a result of the rotation of this fan here. So that is also because of somatic nervous system. Whatever I'm looking here on the screen, okay, so that is also because of somatic nervous system. So friends, somatic nervous system is responsible for making the meaning of external environment. Okay, it facilitates our sensation. Actually, it is because of this part that we are capable to have some kind of sensation of our external environment, what kind of things are happening, what kind of events are there in our external environment. We are capable to understand them because of our somatic nervous system. Then, friends, there is another one which is also the part of peripheral nervous system, that is autonomic nervous system. Autonomic. So, autonomic here means what? Autonomic here means that it is to some extent automatic. Now, what it means by automatic? Does automatic means that this is something in which there is a lot of automation? Yeah, to some extent you can say that there is some degree of automation. Automation here means what happens that whenever we experience anxiety, or whenever we experience depression, or whenever we experience relaxation, okay, whatever emotional experiences that we are having, so what kind of effects, what kind of consequences, what kind of implications that will be of those experiences on our body, that is being mediated through our autonomic nervous system. So friends, for example, whenever you would have experienced anxiety, okay, whenever you would have experienced anxiety, then it is because of autonomic nervous system that we respond in a particular way. I mean, there are a particular kind of changes in our body because of our autonomic nervous system. And if you are doing some kind of puja, if you are doing some kind of worship, if you are doing some kind of namaz, or if you are doing any other kind of religious activity, then also there is some kind of change. You feel a lot of piousness, a lot of peace, okay, a lot of calmness. So as a result of that, there is some kind of change in our body, some kind of change in our body. So I mean, actually there have been a lot of studies. We will discuss about different such kind of studies also, okay, that what happens when you do some kind of puja, what happens whenever you have examination anxiety, what happens when you fall in love, okay, what happens when you express some degree of care or warmth to anyone, okay. So I mean, as a result of any emotional experience, there is some kind of change in our body, and this change is being coordinated, is being mediated through our autonomic nervous system. So autonomic nervous system is sensitive to whatever internal, I mean, it is because of autonomic nervous system that we are capable to have some perception and some kind of change in our body, in congruence with, in simultaneity with, okay, in coherence with whatever feelings that we are having, whatever experiences that we are having, okay. So autonomic nervous system is related to internal environment. So as a result of autonomic nervous system, there can be some kind of changes in our internal organs. There can be some kind of changes in our different other parts of our body. Okay, for example, there can be some kind of change in our digestion. Okay, so if someone is very fearful, okay, there can be possibility, okay, that he can have a particular kind of change in his digestion system, a particular kind of change in heart, a particular kind of change in lungs, a particular kind of change in skin resistance, a particular kind of change in different other modes. There are a variety of modes of change that we will discuss further in much detail. Okay, so friends, with this I would like to stop here.